I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good morning, Jason King. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful morning?
I am having a fantastic morning. Thank you, Angel.
You're welcome. And what part of the world are you in right now?
Right now, I'm just outside of Toronto, Ontario, in Canada, and it's a little bit cool here, but my team from work, we just finished a fundraising walk for mental health and mental wellness, and everybody's feeling very happy this morning around here.
Well done. Tell us a bit more. I mean, how does that connect to the talents that you have?
I guess the talent, to answer your number one question, somebody connected you and I because they value my talent as a communicator at a very high level without, getting super tactical about it. And so for me, I use that to connect people around culture and ideas, and I'm lucky to be able to do that in my work.
So who did you learn it from, though?
I think I learned it, curiously enough, I'm not sure I learned it specifically from one person. I think it was from reading books and listening to music, because to me, those two things have always given me perspective. And then, of course, they give us vocabulary as well. So with perspective, we can grow our viewpoints and our ideas, and then with vocabulary we can express those.
Yeah, it sounds like 360 insights to me.
Yes. You got me there. Yes.
Yeah, tell us about 360 insights, please.
Oh, we're a little software company just outside Toronto, and when I say little, I was employee 32 a few years ago, and now there are 300 of us or something like that.
Wow.
And, yeah, we're having a fun time together.
Yeah, and you're still giving back, right? Like you spoke about you and what your team did this morning with the walk. Pretty amazing stuff. Well, that's intriguing.
Yeah, the company is it's founded to build a mechanism to give back to the world. So, I mean, what we do as a product is different than what the goal is for the founder as an outcome. So he's in Haiti right now, for example, because we are helping to provide education to some kids there, and we're employing some people there, and that's really where his heart is at in the world. So it's pretty fun to support that vision here.
Wow. Could just do it. It's just fascinating, right? When I have these conversations, I mean, there are individuals that are here to promote what they're doing, and while that has a value, I remember hearing one guy expressing that entrepreneurship and those that really live the longevity of what entrepreneurship is those that connect with something that they're giving back to. And for me, it resonates tremendously. Like immediately, I want to go see more about 360insights.com. I'm not sure if it's similar with you. I'm guessing it is. Is it?
Yeah, I think that you hear a lot of people talk, especially, in the podcast world and other types of content that we can consume. They talk a lot about motivation, but this work has taught me a lot about purpose and higher purpose and how that can lead us, I think, with more power and more enthusiasm and more energy than motivation does. So, when I come to work in the morning and I know that I can make a difference in the world, that's very compelling and exciting to me.
Yeah. Now tell us about the podcast side of what you do, Jason.
So I think that's probably what got you and I connected. My podcast is a result. It's called Happily Healthfully, available on podcast platforms. There's my commercial. It's a result sort of me getting really super driven around helping other people connect to their own powers. And I mean, it dwells a lot in the physical, but it gets into the metaphysical as well. I had, I fell into some cliches of modern life at one point and had a little bit of a health crisis. And, taking action has really helped me feel more powerful and happier in my life. And it's helped me to help a lot of other people along the way. And I thought podcasting is a great way to scale that.
And now that you have started doing that, why will you continue?
I will continue to do it as long as it makes a difference, I think. So as long as I feel the sense of purpose, like we were just talking about, and as long as I feel like I'm helping other people with my skill and with my energy, then I'll feel really impelled to continue doing that.
Love it. And what's one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years?
Probably unsurprisingly, in light of that answer, was exercise. So it was very tough for me to get started. So I started with a very simple practice and some quiet time, some air squats and a little bit of yoga. And ritualizing that has taught me the value of just having ritual and of taking time for ourselves. And that, it may seem noble to not take care of ourselves because we are busy looking after our family and our work and other things in our life. But if we're at full power, then we can do those things even better. We can add more value to the world and to our communities. And that keeps me on the path.
Love it. And how does it make Jason King feel?
It makes me feel excited about life. It gives me energy. It makes me want to share with others as well.
Yeah, so just to someone out there that's listening who may not be living happily, healthily, why they should even consider doing what you've done?
That's a great question, because I do get probably a little bit guilty or enthusiastic about wishing happily, healthily behaviors on other people. But I just think if you're not, if you feel like you could be enjoying your life more, it's up to you. It's up to you to take some steps and to do that. So that would be the simplest way to put it.
Love it. Well, amazing audience. You're hearing it live from Jason King. He is the podcast host of Happily Healthily. You could definitely check that out. You can also check them out at 360insights.com. That's 360insights.com. Is there any other place you'd like to point them to, Jason?
No, I'm thrilled to talk about all of this stuff. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with your amazing audience.
Yeah, you're welcome. That being said, let's switch gears right now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Jason, what is your earliest childhood memory?
I had to think hard about this one. I think that my earliest memory is probably just being surrounded by other kids from my neighborhood and, having a fun time and living a simple life, playing some hide and seek and doing whatever kids do and feeling really happy as a child.
How old do you think you were in that initial memory?
Probably 3 or 4 years old, I think.
Why do you think this memory is so clear, and how do you see it connecting to who you are today?
That's tough. I mean, I think that I'm not the type of person to dwell in the past, but I think that we probably are programmed by our past, and maybe this mission of wanting to live happily and healthily is connected to that somehow. I'm sure you would have an interesting interpretation on this.
No, I actually love that. Like I think you're on point with the thing I was about to say actually, which is most definitely you're that guy that finds his being amongst others, helping them find their being as well, which is pretty fascinating to me. I mean, you connected it and you did it so gently, right? Like, I think probably, possibly. Yeah, I think for me that is accurate.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your interpretations.
You're welcome. If we fast forwarded to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
I really enjoyed this question. I was really, really into the hits, the radio, listening to the radio at the time and buying singles and buying cassettes and listening to the same stuff over and just absorbing the energy and the nuance and maybe like a sense of connection to the bigger world. So there were a lot of songs that were important, but I think Modern Love by David Bowie, that really was ringing my bell at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Amazing how it connects, right? Like you're definitely the modern lover, aren't you?
Yeah, perhaps. I hadn't thought of it that way.
There we go. Well, Jason, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're about to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
I am ready when you are.
Jason, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Not specifically, no.
Are you married?
I am, yes.
Do you have children?
I have 2 boys.
Wow. Do you believe in God?
I believe I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes, I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Not at all.
How about 3 hours a week?
No.
What about screen time? The phone and the computer, is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
It's probably a little bit more. I work on the computer.
Jason, after having 1,001 conversations in 3 months in 2016, I came up with a workbook thereafter. And the name of it is called Yours. It stands for Your Own Unique Real Self. And the idea is you answer questions similar to these to hopefully connect to or uncover, if you would, your own unique real statement, your mission. If you, Jason, had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Jason King, what would you say that is?
I really struggle with that question, so I'm gonna have to engage with your workbook at some point, Angel. I think my statement around my work is just for people to get started. If they are listening to podcasts or they're reading books and they feel like they could be doing more, and they feel inspired, then I think get started, because I know my own challenge that I had to overcome was to just get out of my head and into action and into the world and start sharing with other people. So for now, that's my statement.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Get started. Jason King, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, I really enjoyed our conversation. Thanks so much, Angel. And I dig the mission that you're on. I'd love to ask you what made you decide to take on JLD's record.
Well, just to be fair to you, I'm very competitive, and who is doing it, right? Like who is actually doing it? Like no one, right? So why not Angel?
So you can be the most prolific podcaster on earth.
Prolific.
2017.
Well, there are some guys out there. I mean, there's Dave Ramsey and there's Steve Lee. I hope I'm getting Stephen Lee. There's some other guys out there that are top podcasters, more episode counts than John. But hey, if you call me prolific, I'm willing to accept it. Jason King.
Well, I appreciate your work, Angel. Thank you for involving me in your work.
Hey, thanks for all you do as well. Jason King, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.